An exponential function is generally in the form f of x equals a to the power x, where the base a has to be or is generally a number greater than 0, or is always a number greater than 0, and also not equal to 1. Now, we talked about it in the past when we were referring to the domain and range of an exponential function. And generally, both the domain and range are from, or the domain is generally all real numbers for x. So the x values are all real numbers. And the range generally goes from 0 to infinity. And that's for this type of exponential function. Of course, when we get into some other exponential functions that you will see in our examples, that the range is going to change, but there is one main characteristic. Every exponential function has what's known as a horizontal asymptote. In the case of the basic exponential function, when it's just in the form a to the power x, the horizontal asymptote is the x-axis. So it's the line y equals 0. Obviously, that will change as the functions become more complex. So that is one piece that is going to be something that we can observe as we do more examples. Generally, the graph of the exponential function is a curve that is very steep at times, but then flattens out. Your basic and most familiar exponential function is the one that you see on the left here, that as we move left, the function is increasing at an exponential rate. So at first, it increases fairly minimally, but as we move right, it starts to increase at a rapid rate. On the other hand, if you look at the one on the left, generally, that is one that is decreasing as we go from left to right. Now, in both of these cases, the y-intercept is the point 0, 1. The difference between these two is the value of a. When you look at the one on the left, the value of a is greater than 1. Whereas when you look at the function on the right, the value of a is a fraction between 0 and 1. Now, obviously, there are going to be different things going on, and it's not always going to be one of these two. At times, it might be coming upwards from the bottom as well. So that is something that we may encounter at times.